Have you ever looked at a Rolex watch and thought, wow, that must have been made by someone powerful or born rich? Well, today you'll discover the truth. The man who created Rolex, one of the most famous luxury brands in the world, was not born rich. He was an orphan, a boy with no money, no family support, and no advantages. Yet, through vision, discipline, and relentless belief, he turned his pain into purpose and his dream into one of the most respected names on earth. Hello and welcome back to English by the Day. I'm Ethan, and I'm so glad you're here today. If you listen to the end, you'll not only practice English with real storytelling, but you'll also learn timeless lessons about success, innovation, and resilience. So take a deep breath, relax, and let's begin. Part 1. The Boy with Nothing. Hans Wilsdorf was born in 1881 in Bavaria, Germany. When he was just 12 years old, tragedy struck. His mother died, and soon after, his father passed away too. In a single moment, Hans and his siblings became orphans. They had no home, no parents, no money. Their relatives sold the family business and sent the children to boarding school. But instead of giving up, young Hans developed something powerful: self-discipline. He studied hard, paid attention to detail, and learned to be independent. He didn't know it yet, but this focus on precision would one day shape his entire destiny. After finishing school, Hans learned languages, English and French, because he believed communication could open doors. And he was right. At age 19, he got a job at a Swiss watch export company in La Chaux-de-Fonds, Switzerland, the heart of the watchmaking world. This was the beginning of everything. Part 2. Learning the craft. At the company, Hans handled international orders for pocket watches. He became fascinated with how watches worked: the tiny gears, the balance, the precision. But he also saw something others didn't. Most watches were beautiful but not reliable. They often lost time or broke easily. Hans asked himself a question: what if a watch could be both precise and beautiful, and small enough to wear on your wrist? At that time, wristwatches were rare and often considered women's accessories. Men carried pocket watches. But Hans believed that one day the wristwatch would replace the pocket watch entirely. His co-workers laughed at him, but Hans didn't care. He studied watch mechanisms day and night, learning everything about timing, accuracy, and design. He was preparing for a revolution, even if no one else believed it yet. Part 3. A Dream Takes Shape. In 1905, at just 24 years old, Hans moved to London. There, with almost no savings, he founded his own company with a partner, Alfred Davis. They imported Swiss watch movements and placed them in elegant English cases. Together they called their company Wilsdorf and Davis. But Hans wanted something more. A name that was short, easy to pronounce in any language, and looked good on a watch face. He said he tried hundreds of combinations until, one morning while riding a horse-drawn bus through London, the name Rolex came into his mind. He didn't know why, but it sounded right. Simple, timeless, global. Rolex was born. Part 4. Building the Perfect Watch. From the very beginning, Hans had one goal: to make the most precise and reliable wristwatch in the world. He wrote down his mission: every Rolex watch must be perfect. At a time when people doubted wristwatches, he made them stronger, more accurate, and more durable. He tested them in rough weather, in the rain, and even underwater. And slowly people began to notice. In 1910, one of his watches became the first wristwatch in history to receive the Swiss Certificate of Chronometric Precision, proof that it kept perfect time. 4 years later, another Rolex won a first-class certificate from the Kew Observatory in England, a rare achievement even for large pocket watches. Hans had proven his critics wrong. The wristwatch was not just fashion, it was the future. Part 5. Innovation and the Oyster. After World War I, Hans moved Rolex's headquarters to Geneva, Switzerland. There he focused on innovation. He wanted to solve one big problem. Watches were not waterproof. Dust and moisture could ruin the delicate movements inside. In 1926, Rolex introduced the Oyster, the world's first waterproof wristwatch. It was a masterpiece of engineering, a sealed case that protected the movement from water and dirt. To prove it, Hans gave an oyster watch to a young British swimmer named Mercedes Gleitze, who wore it while swimming across the English Channel. After 10 hours in freezing water, the watch still worked perfectly. It was a marketing genius move. Rolex placed an ad in the front page of the Daily Mail, showing the watch that swam the channel. Overnight, Rolex became a household name. Part 6. The Power of Vision. Hans Wilsdorf was not just an inventor, but he was a visionary. He believed that precision timekeeping could inspire trust, discipline, and success. He once said, "Without confidence in your product, you cannot go far." He introduced the perpetual rotor, the first self-winding mechanism that powered the watch using wrist movement. He created the Datejust, the first wristwatch with an automatic date display. He constantly improved every part of his watches, setting new standards for the entire industry. But behind the success, he never forgot his past. He had been an orphan, and he wanted to give back. Part 7. Giving Back and Legacy. Hans Wilsdorf's wife Florence passed away in 1944. They had no children. So instead of keeping his fortune, Hans made a decision that defined his legacy forever. He created the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, a charitable trust that still owns and controls Rolex today. The foundation uses its profits to support education, science, and social causes around the world. Hans once said, "My personal fortune will not go to me or my heirs, but to the service of humanity." When he died in 1960, Rolex had already become a symbol of excellence. But more importantly, it stood for purpose, precision, and perseverance. Part 8. Lessons from an Orphan. Hans Wilsdorf's life teaches us that greatness can begin from nothing. He turned loss into discipline, doubt into belief, and failure into innovation. Here are his timeless lessons. Believe before others do. Vision often looks crazy until it works. Work with precision. Details create excellence. Focus on trust, not trends. Quality never goes out of style. Give back. True success serves others, not just yourself. Never stop improving. Innovation is the heart of progress. From an orphan boy in Germany to the founder of Rolex, Hans Wilsdorf's journey proves that you don't need wealth or luck to build a legacy. You need a dream, discipline, and the courage to keep going. So, what about you? What's your Rolex, the dream you're willing to build, polish, and perfect? Remember, your story can inspire others, just like Hans's story inspires us today. Thank you for joining me on English by the Day. You didn't just learn English, you learned a life lesson about vision, faith, and persistence. If this story inspired you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons that help you grow in English and in life. I'm Ethan, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself.